Let's go to Boston College because, Jenn Medjid, she is rocking and rolling. There she is. Jen, first of all, good seeing you again. Man alive. I mean, I'm sitting there watching highlights of the weekend. 25 goals. You got 5 players scored 5 points or more. I mean, what in the world's going on with that crowd up there? I mean, Charlotte North's gone. It's like everybody's just decided, hey, no big deal. Let's all go score. And so, I mean, congratulations on the great season so far.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was an awesome win. UVA is such a good team, and our offense really needed that. Our team needed that. So I think to go out there and score 25 goals was just amazing.
You know, in the last 5 games, you've only scored 29 goals. So is it getting to the point now where, like, it's like in baseball, guys are hitting 700, the ball comes in the size of a beach ball. Does it get that way with women's lacrosse from a pure scores perspective? Would you fall into that category where, you know what, it kind of feels like, hey, at any point in time, I can just take over and score?
I think I've been doing a really good job finishing, but I think a lot of it comes from my teammates. I think this year we have a lot of chemistry. A lot of our goals are assisted. So yeah, I'm putting the ball in the back of the net, but they're finding me and we're finding each other. So it's a team effort.
Figuring out a chemistry isn't always easy. And we talk to some teams, some baseball teams like to play fun games. Football teams like to do different activities, go to the movies and such. What are some things this team does to create a little bit of that chemistry on the field?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time off the field together in our off-campus houses, and I think our locker room chemistry is just amazing. We're all such close friends, and we all just have so much fun together, and that's really when we're playing our best is when we're enjoying our time together and having fun.
All right, so here comes Syracuse. They're fresh off going to North Carolina and doing something that nobody's done in quite some time, as you well know. They had won 41 in a row there. Cuse is undefeated. You probably know their coach, I'm assuming, given you've had some success with her when she's with BC. This seems like a great, fun rivalry when I'm talking about Boston College and Syracuse getting together with lacrosse, whether it be the women or the men.
Totally. It's such a good rivalry. Like you said, we know the coach. She coached us, and she was just as amazing here as she is doing there. And they're so well coached. Their offense is amazing. So I think it's going to be a battle, but I think it's going to be a really fun game.
Well,
So it does that rivalry with the ladies. Is it different though, Jen, that it is Syracuse, or is it the fact that, hey, this league is so good and it seems like everybody's ranked in the top 10 for argument's sake? Or does it feel different, or is it just like, hey, it's just another really good team, let's go play?
I think, like you said, everyone in the ACC is so good. So every team, every game is so competitive. But I think this one especially, it's the last game of the season. It means so much. And, I mean, they're undefeated. So to be able to go in there on their home turf and beat them would just be just huge.
I'm just curious. I know Kayla Trainer's now the head coach at Syracuse, but you did win a national championship together. She was your coach. How often you still communicate, if at all, right now? Because I know everyone's busy with their own stuff. But how much you guys keep in touch?
A little bit. She's so friendly. She's such an awesome person. So I know a couple girls on our team have good communication with her. But like we've been saying, it's such a big rivalry. So I think she's preparing them, and we're preparing over here. So right now it's a little quiet, but she's such a great coach and an even better person. So
For you personally, like Pac alluded to, you've had one heck of a season. You've really heated up here lately. But if you look at some of the statistics, you're now one of 3 players in school history to reach the 300-point mark, one of 3 players in BC history with 200 goals, and that's joining some elite company. When you hear those things, what do those milestones signify for you?
I think it's just such an honor. I mean, to be in the same sentence as Sam Mapuzzo and Charlotte North, it's like a dream come true. And just to be able to be a BC lacrosse player in itself is a dream come true. So again, it's such an honor, and to be able to be a part of this team and to be coached by Keisha Walker, it's a dream come true.
Is this a year? Because I think we're seeing it with the men, and I'm curious if it's the truth with the ladies. Jen, is it an offensive year for lacrosse?
I think so, definitely. There's so many goals being scored. There's so many good offenses out there, like you said, men and women. So I think the game is speeding up. More goals are being scored. Offenses are becoming a lot stronger. So I think definitely we've seen some change this year, and I think that's really exciting because people love to watch it. So it's awesome for the sport.
The older you get, the heavier the load you carry as a leader and all that good stuff, the more talented you get as you go through the college ranks. How has your role changed this season with this BC team?
Yeah, definitely. I think just stepping up in the leadership role, I think leadership is so much more than what you do on the field, scoring goals, assisting. I think it's what you do off the field and how you lead your team and how you can make your teammates better. So I think in that regard, stepping up, speaking wise, and leading my teammates off the field and on the field has been a huge part for me.
I'm just curious, Jen, when you're having a year like you are, that you're scoring just a gazillion goals, do you scoreboard watch? Like when you get done putting a 25 spot on Virginia, did you take a snapshot of what happened around the league and what players did what? Or is it just like we're so in tune with what we're doing, whatever happens around the league is just kind of outside noise?
Yeah, I mean, I try my best. I feel like there is a lot of outside noise, but just being a fifth year, all we want to do is win. So I think just kind of canceling out that outside noise. And, we started off the season with 3 losses, but I think we're really so focused right now and so well prepared, and we're kind of peaking at the right time in a sense. So kind of tuning out that outside noise and just focusing on ourselves and focusing on May and getting to that championship is all that's really important.
Jen, some tangible things. What can you put your finger on that changed from those first 3 losses to where you're sitting now with a chance to win the ACC championship and beyond that?
Totally. I think, obviously losing great players, Courtney Taylor, Charlotte North, it took some time to build that chemistry back. And I think it took some time, like I said. And as games went on, we kind of learned each other better, learned our defense better, learned our offense better. And I think we've just been preparing so hard and putting so much focus in our preparation and our game plan, and it's thanks to our coaches that have been able to get us there and to really focus in on the big games and the important games coming up. So I think we've just been doing a great job preparing, and it's really taken over.
Jen, let me ask you a really dumb question. We're sitting there watching highlights, and the first highlight we showed of you was scoring in the snow. The second one was in perfect weather. You're up there in BC. You're used to the elements and so forth, but playing lacrosse, I got to figure in the snow has got to be unbelievably cool and fun. Would I read that wrong, or is it like, no, you're wrong? When it's perfect weather, mid 80s, whatever, that's the perfect lacrosse weather. But you tell me, you've played at both levels. What's better?
No, you're so right. I agree with you. It's so cool to be in Boston and, to be playing in the rain and snow. Not to say that I don't complain about the 80-degree weather when it's nice up here, but it is really cool to be able to play a game in the snow. It was an awesome day, an awesome win that day.
I don't know how much you could pay me to be running around like that in the snow.
But wait a minute,
I'm a Florida
Taylor's
girl.
from Florida.
I'm a Florida girl, so
it's got that
props to
thin
you.
blood, man. You got no chance of playing around in the snow, Taylor.
So we had Sophia Taglick on maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I asked her the same question. I said, you've now been part of a season where you're coming off winning a national championship. You're also now part of a season where you're coming off losing a national championship. Which one makes you hungrier?
I think definitely losing a national championship. I think it's very hard after you win to come back and be as motivated to do it again. Obviously, we were because we got there. But when you lose that final game, it's kind of like heartbreaking. So I think we've come back a lot more motivated.
Taylor's going to be having some fun with the championships next week with your bud Charlotte North. How often do you stay in contact with Charlotte?
Oh, a lot. She's always around BC. She lives nearby. She's always coming to our practices, saying hi, helping us out. She's such a great person and obviously knows the game better than anyone. So she's been awesome. She's been around, and it's been so awesome to have her back this year.
You shoot her a text ever and say, hey, can you watch this and give me any critiques? Or she kind of keeps her distance, lets you do your thing? I mean, you're doing a wonderful job yourself, but feedback is always a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime I can get feedback from her, I'm up for it. And she's so helpful and, again, such a great person. So any feedback from her, I'm willing to take, and she's willing to give. So she's just the best.
Well, again, congratulations on an incredible career. You're a joy to watch play. So's your team. That showdown with Syracuse is going to be unbelievable. And then, of course, the ACC stuff starts next week, and we look forward to it. And, again, stay healthy and enjoy the non-snow the rest of the way, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.